to provide some exposure to some of these terrific candidates who I think can help save the country. And one of them is out of New Hampshire, Senate candidate Don Bolduc, a retired general. You're running against an individual who pretty much marches behind Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden. Inflation's going through the roof. The price of gasoline's going through the roof. People are going to have a very difficult winter with the price of home heating oil, natural gas, as well as electricity. You can see food shortages. The price of food's going through the roof. The border's wide open. We've got fentanyl pouring into this country. The value of people on their pensions, the value of the pensions have gone down. I mean, how does your opponent, a Democrat who I said is just a soldier for this move, for the left, how does your opponent try and distance herself from that?
Well, what she's doing right now is she is not debating me. I just had a 1-hour debate, and she did not show up. She is hiding. She is not standing in front of Granite Staters. She's doing most of her engagements through Zoom calls. She did a spaghetti Zoom call dinner with the Cheshire County Democrats, hosted by a billionaire out in California. And that's what she's doing, because everything that she has done, every way she has voted, 100% with Joe Biden, 96% with Schumer and her party, has hurt Granite Staters in every single way that you described. And in December, it is only going to get worse. And they're using, election time gimmicks to try and keep things as, from going up anymore. But after that, hey, the lid's going to pop off, and people are really going to be making choices between heating and eating here in New Hampshire.
Well, you make a great point. You really are a citizen candidate here. You're a retired general. You saw that the country needs help. Your state needs help. Your opponent, she's kind of in the witness protection program until it's election time, I noticed. They pour millions and millions in dark money into her campaign. She's a reliable vote for the hard left. I remember the days when New Hampshire was considered a state of really rugged individualists, small businessmen and women, people who really embrace this country. And instead, you have a senator in this case who's hard left. Her voting is exactly the same as AOC and Tlaib and the radical leftists. So how would you address issues like inflation and gas prices? Would you support more energy production in this country? Would you beg our enemies to provide more oil? What would you do?
I certainly would be promoting more energy independence here in this country by bringing back the XL pipeline, opening up exploration and drilling, and doing all those things that the Biden administration and Hassan has done to create this unprecedented inflation and economic hardship that are driving people out of their homes. People can't pay for food in the grocery store. I mean, everything that is being done right now is hurting Granite Staters, and she's failing to stand up and defend her record. Listen, if that's the way you voted, then stand up to your constituents. But she's hiding from everybody. And, all she's doing is attacking me with lies. She says, "Oh, General, I really honor your service." Well, you can't honor my service by lying about me. And this is what she's doing. She's using that $23 million plus of dark money to support her special interest lobbyists and very wealthy political elite to promote their agenda and not take care of the people in the Granite State. I've been campaigning for 2 years. I've been on the ground in every town and city. She has not, and she will not. And so I know the pulse of Granite Staters across all the political parties at every age group, and she is failing to understand their hardship. She can't face them. Her decisions, her voting has been so atrocious that it is causing mothers to pick between heating and eating. How are we going to pay for school supplies? How are we going to pay for baby formula? All these different things.
Your state is hit particularly hard by fentanyl and fentanyl-related deaths. The border's wide open. I have not heard that she in New Hampshire is leading or a leading voice or really doing a damn thing about that border. And until you secure that border, the fentanyl is going to keep pouring into this country. So what is she doing about it, and what would you support?
Well, she'll tell you that she's throwing money at the problem, and she's not doing anything about prevention, anything about treatment and recovery. She's not doing anything about supporting our police officers to interdict these type of things. She just voted against maintaining Title 42 on the border. She just voted against reversing the 87,000 IRS agents and replacing that with Border Patrol, other technology to detect opioids, and it's gotten 200% worse over the last 2 years with her actions than it's gotten better. And now Manchester is now a distribution location. It used to be Lawrence, Massachusetts. Now it's not only Lawrence, but it's also Manchester. And Manchester and Nashua have the highest record of overdoses that they've had. She failed as her 4 years as governor and is failing as senator now.
General Don Bolduc, if people want to help you, where do they go?
Well, you can simply go to donbolduc.com to help me out, and it would be greatly appreciated. We won this primary fighting hard at the grassroots level. We can do it again at the general election level by beating her big money. I need your help. You bet. And it's spelled Bolduc. And I might add, she voted for the most radical abortion process on the face of the earth. Right up to the last second of birth, she believes in absolutely no limits, and she opposes parental notification. That's what she voted for. Thank you, General. We'll be right back.